Karla Imla, Alahaina, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shah, Hamashiach, Wa Malaki Bashim, Harawat Wakakurash, Barakathum, the Water Bible Bar, Wakwam Yasharat. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who teach us daily. And to the men out there teaching the likewise doctrine of City Shalom. Today we're going to get into a video where this West Virginia couple got caught adopting black children and enslaving them. Now, this is nothing new. They've been doing this shit. They just the only ones who got caught. They've been doing this. Matter of fact, what do you think CPS and DHR was set up for? To take your children legally. Now, we always say just because something's legal doesn't mean it's righteous. They basically selling children to pedophile couples, the homosexual couples. They selling these children. Now, if you don't believe it, think about it like this. They say that adopting a child is free, quote unquote, right? You did all the paperwork. They didn't check your house, make sure it was safe. It was a good environment for the child. They did all that. But you don't pay that quote unquote adoption fee, you ain't getting no child. Yeah, they selling kids. Don't let these terms throw you. Esau is the master of pulling words out his ass to cover his wickedness. For example, collateral damage. That's premeditated murder in the eyes of the Lord, but Esau called it something different. That's all right, though. He's still going to get punished for murder. The Lord ain't going to call it collateral damage. He going to call it murder. Now, let's go ahead and grab this video, then we're going to get into some scriptures. But before we begin, let's get Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked, because the faces of the judges thereof, if not, where and who is he? That's why he got all these unrighteous decrees, because the wicked is in rulership. Now let's grab this video real quick. The name of this video is Red West Virginia Couple Forced Their Adopted Children to Work as Slaves and Live in Barn. Now, you know, they said red is Edom. That's them Edomites. Let's get this video.
A Sissonville couple accused of human trafficking and forced labor of adopted children, including 2 teenagers who were found locked in a barn in Sissonville. Well, they're back in jail.
Now, during their arraignment this afternoon, Judge Mary Claire Akers significantly increased the bonds for Gene Whitefeather and Donald Lance. Anna Saunders joins us live in the studio tonight with the reason. Anna?
Dave, Gina, before setting their bonds to $500,000 cash each, Judge Akers said she has never seen an indictment quite like this, and that not only alleges the trafficked black children, adopting them from shelters and foster care, forcing them to work, but that they specifically targeted them because of their race. Jeannie Whitefeather and Donald Lance came in on their own for their arraignments, but left in cuffs after Judge Mary Claire Akers set their bonds at $500,000, more than double what they had already paid.
And I don't think I've ever seen an indictment like this in all of my time. It alleges human trafficking, human rights violations, the use of forced labor, human rights violations specific to the fact that these children were targeted because of their race, and their use as basically slaves from what the indictment alleges, along with human trafficking and neglect with serious risk of bodily injury or death. I don't find the bond to be sufficient.
Whitefeather and Lance were first arrested last October when a welfare check turned into the discovery of 2 teens apparently locked in a shed where investigators said they lived in deplorable conditions behind the Sissonville home. One other kid was found inside the house and 2 others were not home, all adopted by the couple. The indictment brought more than a dozen new charges against them, alleging human trafficking and forced labor, also civil rights violations, as investigators believe they targeted these children specifically from a shelter because they were black, forcing them to work as slaves. Whitefeather and Lance were originally in Washington State, and it is alleged they brought the children with them to Sissonville when they moved.
Counts 9 through 12 allege the use of forced labor, which I read as slavery.
Bond was initially set at $200,000 cash, and they were both able to post it. Prosecutors have said in a new complaint for forfeiture, the couple sold a $725,000 80-acre ranch in Washington state and sold their Sissonville home to post bond. And they believe both of these properties were paid for through trafficking. That will be decided in a separate court matter, but because of this, prosecutors say they found discrepancies in the financial affidavit Lance filled out for a court-appointed attorney, leading to a new charge on his indictment.
Some of the information on his face is inaccurate.
Lance had to fill out a new affidavit today as the two were taken back into custody. Now, the next time these two are scheduled to appear in court is for their scheduled trial in September. Prosecutors noted there are volumes of evidence in this case for all sides to go through. Now, in terms of the bond issue with how the original bonds were paid for, that is to be worked out at a later date. Live in the studio, Anna Saunders, Eyewitness News.
Genesis chapter 27, verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And they still in that state of mind to this day. They still butthurt, nuts crushed. And they acting out because of that hatred. They'll never get over hatred. They will never get over hatred. That's why they keep racism going, because it gives them a platform to exercise their racism, where it gives them a platform to exercise their hatred, which they call racism. And they'll never get over color. They claim to be themselves as the most intelligent beings this universe has ever seen. Yet something as simple as color fucks them up. They can't get past color. The only way to get rid of racism is to get rid of Esau, because he's the one that keep the pot boiling. Yet he gonna lie and say racism doesn't exist. Okay. Keep that same energy when your ass is on the receiving end of these boots. You feel me? Let's go. Ezekiel, what is that? Chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time of their iniquity had an end. 6. Ah, he ain't bring up verse 6. Hold on. Let's come out of this. Let's go to Ezekiel 35 and get verse 6. Okay, I'm going to start over at verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, at verse 6, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Keep that same energy, E. Now let's go to the book of Joel, chapter 3. Verse 5. Start at verse 5. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried them into your temples, my goodly pleasant things. You know what that's talking about? That's talking about you Edomites and all you other nations taking advantage of the Israelites, just like in this situation. Verse 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Did Edomites sell Israelites to other Edomites? Yes. Told y'all we still in biblical times. We just at the end of the book. Verse 7. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. It's coming back full circle, ×2 on all you Edomites. Check this out. Verse 8. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off. For the Lord hath spoken it. So the Lord spoken it. It's cash money. It's pretty much guaranteed gonna happen. So yeah, y'all fucked. And if you don't like my language, turn the video off. We are not giving no leeway to these wicked ass Edomites out here. Let's get another script. We are not apologizing because these people are wicked. But you want us to apologize. Shut up. Get off the video. Turn it off. We ain't got time to stroke no feelings. We ain't got time to coddle you because it's about to get much worse than this. Society's still standing. Wait till it collapses. Ain't nobody gonna be around to coddle you. You better get up out your feelings and get in these scriptures and find out what's about to happen to y'all, depending on what nation you from. And I can tell you right now, for Edom, it ain't gonna be nothing nice. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 11, and this goes for the whole country. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord have raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, the Russians, for his devices against Babylon, America, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. Who's the Lord's temple? The Israelites. Yeah, Edom, y'all fucked up. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10. Their favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. See? You can't rehabilitate these Edomites, man. They got to go in that fire. They got to go into captivity. And if you think you can rehabilitate them, you're going to end up joining their ass on that grill. This is the Lord's will. You can't save your enemies, Christians. Whether you want to acknowledge that they're your enemies or not, the Lord says they're the enemies of Israel. Hell, look at their history. Have they not murdered enough of you? Have they not shown you that they hate your guts? Yeah, you still want to save them. Okay, you do that. The only way they're going to be preserved is for slavery, not because the Lord is nice. The Lord is a man of war. Yahweh is his name. Isaiah chapter 19, verse 17. And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt, meaning Babylon. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he have determined against it. Let's keep going. Hold up, y'all. Oh shit. Yeah, this is my favorite right here. Ezekiel chapter 25. We can start at verse 12. Let's see what kind of vengeance the Lord got in store for you wicked ass Edomites. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the Don shall fall by the sword. Verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to mine fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh. Yeah, it's coming. Let's keep going. Deuteronomy chapter 30. Verse 7. And the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. I don't know if y'all noticed, but there has been quite the uptick of Edomites making videos talking about how they can't make it. The Lord putting the curses on their ass, the same curses we were under. He's slowly taking them off us and putting them on them. Grown ass men making videos crying, talking about how they can't get along. Well, you better think of something, bruh, because guess what? If you can't make it now, wait till society collapses. That's gonna really be your ass. Think it's a game. You better put something together. You better go to them Amalekites that hog y'all blessing. Because when the Lord pull up, it's a wrap for all y'all. Let's go to the book of Psalms. Chapter 73. And we can start at verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Yeah, they get this. They was basically trafficking humans, man. That's human trafficking. Verse 7. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than the heart could wish. You saw all those homes they had to sell to post bail, still ended up in them cuffs. Curses, baby. Verse 8, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. Yeah, I'm sure I can just imagine how they was talking to those children. Speaking loftily concerning oppression, oh yeah. Because when you speak loftily, you speaking in a way that you think you're better than somebody else. That's loftily speaking. That's why I said I could just imagine how they were talking to these children. And they said in the video that they were targeted specifically because they were Israelites, see? That's the perpetual hatred. Let's go to 2 Peter. Chapter 2. Verse 9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. Y'all ain't got away with shit. Let's get another one. Psalms chapter 137, verses 8 and 9. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Verse 9. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. It's a goddamn shame in the year 2024. These Edomites still trying to pull this slavery shit. That's all right, though. Verse 9. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Yeah, y'all remember alligator bait? We ain't forgot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Lord is just. Go to 2 Thessalonians. Verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh to recompense tribulation to them that troubled you. Verse 7. And to you who are troubled, rest with us, when the Lord Yahweh shall reveal from heaven his mighty angels, shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. Verse 8. In flaming fire taking vengeance on them that know not Yahweh, that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahweh Shah Hamashiach. Verse 9, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord Yahweh Shai, and from the glory of his power. Y'all ain't got to wait nothing. Go to Psalms chapter 10. Start at verse 2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. That not persecution? Yes. Let them be taken in the devices they have imagined. That means slavery coming back around for you. Literally, it is. Matter of fact, y'all got to do 1,000 years. Not only just Esau, and not only just them Tona rats over there. You other 16 nations, y'all got to go in 1,000 years captivity as well. Verse 5, his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. And as for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. So he think he better, Esau think he better than everybody. But the Bible says this man is the lowest of the low, the base man. Right up under Esau, that's where the animal kingdom starts. And this is why he's so proud. Verse 6, he have said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. He think he always going to be on top. Verse 7, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Verse 8, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places does he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. That's the police right there. Verse 9, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. Verse 11, he hath said in his heart, Yahweh hath forgotten. He hid it, he hideth his face. He will never see it. That's why Esau waxing worse and worse as far as his wickedness, because he think the Lord ain't gonna do nothing. He think the Lord don't see him. And it's the same in let's go to book of Ecclesiastes. Chapter 8, it says the same thing. Verse 11, because sentence against the evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the hearts of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Verse 12, though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know it shall be well with them that fear Yahweh, which fear before him. Verse 13, but it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before Yahweh. Let's go to the book of Micah, chapter 2. Verse 1, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand, because the earth was given to the hand of the wicked. These people cannot sleep unless they figured out how to get over on somebody and lie about it. That's their reason for living. Verse 2, and they covered fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Yes, it's the same thing. Esau took these children out of their houses and sold them to an Edomite couple for slavery. You know, and slavery is one of the biggest forms of oppression. Go to Proverbs. We can start at verse 25. When he speaketh fair, believeth him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. 7 means completion. This man is completely wicked. Verse 26, whose hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. And that's his wickedness is being showed on the world stage. Just like these clowns. Their wickedness is showed on the evening news. Verse 27. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it shall return upon him. Everything you put out in this world is coming back on your ass. Esau ain't got away with shit. Go to Psalms. Chapter 55. Verse 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. He always doing that. That's why these other nations withdrawing from America and the state of Israel right now. Because their Edomite colors are showing. They can't be trusted. They wicked as all outdoors, all this sneak shit and lying about it. Don't nobody want to deal with that. That's a child. They're like all these immature ass Eves, grown ass girls. Don't nobody want to deal with that. Yeah, Esau, you can keep them Eves, man. You can keep your creation. Just like he created bitches and hoes, he created niggas. And all of them gonna get the same thing Esau gonna get. Job chapter 20, verse 27. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. And that's happening right now against America and the state of Israel. The tunnel rats, yes. Don't nobody want to deal with them people. Who want to deal with somebody that you know lying to you? Well, grow the fuck up, Esau. It's a lying ass, emotional, fragile ass sodomite. That's all Esau is. Always in his goddamn feelings about something. Jeremiah chapter 30. Start at verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. Spoil mean to rob. And all they that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. Yeah, it ain't gonna be no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Go to the book of James, chapter 2, verse 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. So yeah, that's self-explanatory right there. Esau has shown no mercy, so he shall receive no mercy in the kingdom except for the Sabbath. That's going to be your only off day. The rest of the 6 days is going to be work, hot sun, foot to ass. Not in any particular order. Work, hot sun, foot to ass. Let's go to Revelation 19. And this is after the fact, after the Lord destroys America and them tunnel rats. Verse 1. And after these things, I heard a great voice of much people in heaven saying, Hallelujah, salvation and glory and honor and power unto the Lord our power. Verse 2. For true and righteous are his judgments, for he hath judged the great whore, America, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication, and have avenged the blood of his servants at her hand. Y'all ain't got away with nothing. Now let's go to the book of Obadiah, and then we'll get ready to close. Verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. All over the world, don't nobody want to deal with tunnel rats or Americans. Verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? See that pride. Verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. And what's on all his government flags, his government seals? Eagle. A dirty ass bird that'll eat anything. And though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence I will bring thee down, saith the Lord. Verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Verse 16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. That means they're gonna be in a situation they never been in before. Slavery. And it's not just Esau and the tunnel rats, you other 16 nations too. Because y'all knew y'all just as guilty as Esau. Because y'all benefited. Y'all knew who we were, but said nothing. Just continue to benefit from our punishment, just like Esau and the tunnel rats. Yeah, y'all ain't innocent. Y'all going into slavery too. Verse 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. You will own nothing, and you'll be happy, because you're going to be in a righteous kingdom versus a wicked one like Esau's. Verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. Verse 21. And Savior shall come upon Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. I ain't got away with nothing, E. Let me get one more, then we can close. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, Edomite children, for the iniquity of their fathers. All that shit your granddaddy, your daddy, you did 3-4 generations ago. Y'all finna pay for all that shit. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. That means your population is about to rapidly decline, and there will be continual employment in the kingdom for Edomites until the Lord decides to exterminate you all at the end of your 1,000 years captivity. You're going to be spending 1,000 years on death row, baby. Yeah, you're going to be a victim of your own corrupt ass system, but this is going to be a righteous system under the Lord's, and you're going to have to face it one day at a time, baby. You pretty much going to have to do 11 lifetimes of slavery, because every time y'all going to still be dying and coming back, being reborn into captivity, just like we were. The Israelites going to live forever, immortals, going to be in our prime forever, but y'all going to keep dying, coming back into slavery. So yeah, you got about 10, 11 lifetimes of hardcore slavery to do. And that's fair for you Edomites. You'll be all right, though. You tough. Call Lord Milala High now Yahweh. By Hashem Yahweh Shai Hamashiach wa Malaki by Hashem Harawat Kakwarash Baraka Thumb. The water Bible Bawa Kwam Yasharal. Shalom.